Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Rated Aaron. We're back at it again with another episode. Well, actually, this is the first official episode of Operation Debt. What this is, it's a show that we're going to dedicate to my debt load. Right? Yeah, we had some crazy stuff go on that was unplanned. Life, best laid plans are great until you get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. Well, we got punched in the face repeatedly. And, there's still some jabs being thrown, but I'm feeling like the jabs are way more manageable than the straight punches that we took. We had a major surgery that was a little over, let's say, it was around about $10,000. And then we had a grievous car repair that I wasn't ready to trade my car in, so we had to get it repaired. And, that was an additional $5,000 plus dollars. It was a little over $5,000, probably like $5,500 on top of the float that we had. So here we are. We did the pilot episode. I'm going to continue to do it because I'm pretty sure that some of the people who are wondering, because I'm doing it conversely to what everybody says to do, because could I pay all the debt off? Absolutely. Yes, I could. With assets, but I don't believe in liquidating assets. I don't like selling assets. Anyone who knows me knows that that's kind of not my jam. Like once something's going, it's going. And I don't like I don't live my life that way. Like I believe that the difference between most wealthy people and or rich people and your working class and or poor people, or the people who are barely getting by or barely got their head out of the water, that are neck deep in debt, but maybe not submerged in it or waist deep in debt or whatever, is they are constantly giving up assets because they've been trained to be so afraid of debt that it becomes unmanageable for them. And then they live beyond their means. So me personally, I am not at this juncture willing to start liquidating my assets, because the opportunity cost on those positions I feel is very high. Actually, I know is very high because it's cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, crypto related stocks, and the income that I could be making from the income machine that I've started building. So we are trying to not eliminate the debt via just liquidating all the assets I have and then just rebuilding it after the fact, because it's going to take, if I liquidated it all now, it would be months before it got back. Months during a bull run is a lot of money in lost opportunity cost for that capital. So no, not willing to do it. We're not going to do it. So let's jump into it. Let's see. Since the pilot episode, I told you guys this was going to be a very redundant for this first two, because the pilot episode just launched. If you guys didn't see it, you can go take a look at it. But the gist of it is we are at 28,590.56, which is still very close to what it was before. Changes that were made, though, we zeroed out two of the debts. So this got paid down, but there was another payment that got charged to it that came through because I have my monthlies on this card to keep it active. So we did that, but we also paid down the Chase slate. So actually we lopped off a solid 1,000. The Chase Sapphire is the daily driver. I love that card. It's my daily driver. So that one, while we did take a little chunk out of it, is still actively catching charges every day. A couple of the things that I'm wondering if I should really have on here are the Cash App and the in-home banking, because the in-home banking, basically, while I owe it to myself and I do pay it back to myself, isn't necessarily reflective of the debt pool that we're attacking, to be honest. So the medical debt makes sense. The Cash App and the in-home banking pools of money appear and disappear multiple times throughout the month, but they're basically always in some form or fashion going to be here. But also, these are debts that aren't super pertinent because it's not like a credit card. So I think I might remove these because it's not giving necessarily the... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just remove it from the formula. That's what we'll do. Hold on a second. So hold up. Let me go through here. C10. And then need to get rid of... What? Hold on. So we're going to take those out of the collective value. We'll do this. Hold up. Let's just go back here. So now you're seeing how to build a cell in a spreadsheet. So that's a win. A little added value there. This is how I do these. A lot of times you can just highlight it. There's faster ways to do this. I just don't do them that way. So I like to know. Let me hit enter. So we're actually at 27,1999, which is basically what it is. So that's all the collective debt, not the debt tools that we're using to pay off the debt. It's just the debt. So that's a more accurate description. But I mean, it's still $27,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm not going to even say a lot of money to some people. It's a lot of money unless you're like super rich. Like, this could keep some people up at night. The thing that doesn't affect me as much as other people is the majority of this is tied to assets. So, and I mean, technically it's well overshadowed because we have multiple portfolios. Like, I mean, most of this is in my income portfolio as far as if I were to have to liquidate everything. And then there's other portfolios that I have. So it'd be like maybe $3,000, which is basically a month to zero that out for me. If I had to, and then honestly, if it was crypto, it's a chunk, but it's not a large chunk of the crypto. Like, my active portfolio is higher than that amount. So it's what it is. Like, I'm not willing to part ways with assets at this juncture to do this, to get this all down to zero. Like, I'm not worried about it. And then a good chunk of it is at 0%. We've got that Citibank, which we're going to have to move over. We also have the Discover, which is almost paid off, which we have to... I'm not worried about paying that off prior to the Chase here, though, because this is active. The problem is my Chase slate, I made a mistake in calculation on this, was the Chase slate is a great card for transferring balances. Issue being, you can't transfer from one Chase product to another Chase product. And so realistically, having the Chase Sapphire as the daily driver and then the Chase slate on behind it makes no sense. Like, it's not good because it won't let you transfer from my other Chase card, which was what was going to be the intent, was to like move that over. And because like we ended up with the medical bill in the car on there. Like, there's a bunch of medical bills on there. Unfortunately, I did not find out till much later that the medical debt could be consolidated down and you could just do a payment plan with them, and they don't even charge you interest because so few people even try to pay them back. Which is frustrating to me, but you know, I wish, if I would have known that, hindsight being 2020, I would have just got payment plans with everybody, and then the medical debt would have just been in a pool of its own, and I would have just had auto pay going to them so that they get their payment at their behest. And then after I paid everything else off, I would have worried about them later. Unfortunately, that's only worked with about $3,000 of it, which sucks because like the other 7 sitting in this card. And then there's another 5 sitting in this card that is actual debt, like, which makes me feel a little bit better because there's you know, having 10,000 or, well, it was 7. And I mean, we've been paying on it, but like this being the daily driver card, it's almost got me to the point now to where like I have enough points on there to do some other stuff. I'm almost considering switching out the daily driver to something else and then treating this as a stale amount of debt to pay down before I can daily drive it again. That's almost where we're at. Almost, not quite there yet, but I'm getting frustrated with this amount. We'll see what this month looks like, because this month will be a better representation of what it's going to look like moving forward, because I thought I was going to be able to move over some more money over to the Discover card, and I'm not. Like, those offers only come around so often, and it wasn't there, and I'd already started paying it down without looking, which is another mistake, but you live and you learn. So this month we're going to be every bullet fired financially will be at this balance. So we'll see how much we chunk it down. If we can get it down after all the dust settles, if we can get it down to around 10, I'll just let it ride and just keep paying it like I'm paying it, and we'll just get it done that way. But we'll see. We'll see, because like I'm gonna have my minimums on these other cards also. So we'll see what it looks like. But that's Operation Debt for the month of October 2025. We're going to see what November or October 2024. Geez, I'm already typing 2025 on stuff. That's wild. But we'll see what November 2024 brings. We'll see what type of dent we can put in it, because we're focused on it. We're getting it gone. We're getting it up out of there. That's your boy Reckless Rated Narrow. And hold on. And until next month, because these Debt Crusher episodes are going to be a little bit shorter than normal, because like all we're doing is running through the debt, having some conversations about it, telegraphing the forward moves, and seeing what we can get done. So yeah, until next month, hope you guys have a good Bag Fortification Friday. It's the first Friday of November. Make sure that you're making the decisions now that the future you is going to say thank you, and not what was this guy thinking. Till next time, it's your boy Reckless Rated Arrow, and we are out.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.